how much money does it take to open the thrift store? So there's a lot of cost that it involves to open the thrift store, and just keep in mind that you are going to need to have a license. It's just going to depend of the location and if the thrift store is going to be run by charity, because there is a different procedures with licensing. Let's assume that your store is going to be for profit, and so you're going to need to account the rent costs and operating costs. So usually you need to, of course, to put a deposit down. You need to put that month rent and one rent ahead, and then utilities, and that might cost you between $4,000 to $5,000. Another expense that you are going to need to account is location improvements. You are going to need to have maybe some constructions in the store. You need to customize it, and that might cost you up to $4,000. You might need to have certain shelves, counters, something specific for your store, and that might cost you up to $3,000 to $4,000 as well. Now you need to have a handyman supplies, which maybe it's around $150. So all this, it's going to cost you approximately, I would say, maybe $7,000 to $8,000. Now, inventory. Inventory, actually, the cost for inventory just depends for what is your plan to get an inventory. There are different ways how you can get it. You can get it from donation, or you can actually get it from the consignment store on some type of contract where you split 50-50, and this way you don't need to come up with the upfront money for the inventory. So that just differs what your plan is. Now, there are going to be some miscellaneous expenses. For example, you are going to need to have, of course, hangers. So that might cost you about $1,000, maybe $1,500. You are going to need to have a liability insurance, and that will cost you approximately $180, $185 that you'll pay quarterly. Or you are going to need to have a QuickBooks accounting, which you definitely want to have to avoid lots of headache, and it's worth $25 a month. Then there is a association fee and directory fee. It's usually $250, and you need to have some cleaning supply, which is office cleaning supply. It's probably like $100. So all this is going to cost you approximately $1,500, $1,600. Now, another expense that you need to account is IT. You're going to need to have a computer, of course, and phones, and that's going to cost you probably $900. You're going to need to have an IT consultant, and you need to have somebody who is actually going to be there as a tech support, and that's usually around $600. You are going to need to have high-speed internet, which is usually $100. You need to have a registration for domain, which is not that high expense. It's approximately $15. You need to have a web hosting, design development, which is usually $3,000 to $4,000, just depends. You are going to need to have the specialized POS software that is actually specific for resale industry, which is approximately $1,100. So for the IT expenses, just account total $6,000. Now, marketing is a huge part of your expenses that you need to have. You are going to need to have lots of signs. Exterior signs and different signs is going to cost you probably $4,000 to $5,000. You need to have an interior decor, of course, so you want to have your store to look very nice, and that's usually around $600. Logo design, which is very important, that's probably $1,500. You need to have a business cards, and you need to account some printing costs, which is usually $350. You're going to need to have a coupon design and the redemption cost, which is around $150. So for the marketing, you usually want to put aside probably $8,000 to $9,000. Another cost that you need to actually account is the grand opening. So for the grand opening, that includes with the beverages and invitation and everything, I would say maybe $700, $800. You want to have a PR media to be there. It's about $800, and advertising around the grand opening, which is maybe $120. So that will cost you probably $1,600, $1,700. So from all this that I was sharing with you, the total cost to open up your thrift store, it's probably $30,000 to $32,000. Now, my question to you is that, is this really your dream? I mean, if it is, but I have a hard time to really believe that you, since you were little, you dream about to have a thrift store. And, there is nothing wrong with it. And I love where your thinking is going. It's outside the box. It appears that you are entrepreneur in heart, which I am too. But is this really worth to chase the penny? I know that there's lots of ways that we can increase our income and have a time freedom and money freedom, and not to put really ceiling to our income. I was able to create business that all I need is literally my phone and laptop computer, and I'm not tied up to any location. So if there's something that you are heading this direction, it's probably good thing that you'll connect with me. I hope that I'll talk to you soon. Feel free to go to visit blancawilliams.com. I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.